What's up everybody, Migz here, welcome to the Deck Smiths. Today I am here to bring you an updated deck profile on my dr.myuu deck. This one is basically post anniversary box. One thing that I always liked, like I said in my previous version of this deck, I love how the deck functions. It kind of reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh days with like the red, green, and yellow gadgets, how they could search out for each other. It's kind of like almost similar. Of course, with the anniversary box, it becomes much better. Although, of course, nobody's going to be experimenting that much with dr.myuu because nowadays the meta is all about either skillless or Shenrons. But for all of you casual players, I hope you enjoy this deck profile and we get right over to it. So, dr.myuu. It is an old leader from Crossworlds. One of the actual GT villains that we've gotten, because there really wasn't a major villain in the beginning of the GT series. dr.myuu, he has an activate main once per turn. You can choose one machine mutant battle card in your hand with a 5k power and play it for free. So this card lets you play 2 battle cards for free as long as they're 5 and under. For the awakened side, you just draw your 2 and you flip it over. For the activate main, he keeps the same activate main as his front side, but you can bring out a battle card machine mutant that is 10k or less. And when it attacks, you draw a card. So, if you've seen my original deck build, what did I change out of this? Well, let's find out. We're going to go through the whole deck. Of course, we got our 4 dr.myuus. That let's just look at the top 3 to search out for a machine mutant and add it to hand. You can even search out for himself. And for the gadget piece, to keep it going, we got 4 Nat. Nat lets you search out for Bizu if your leader is a dr.myuu, which the next card is Bizu. This lets you search out for Ribbit, of course, if your leader is dr.myuu when you play it. And then we got Ribbit, which lets you search out for Nezi, of course, if your leader is dr.myuu. And of course, speaking of Nezi, we're running our 4 Commander Nezis. It has a Union Absorb where you can choose one Bizu and a Ribbit, and then you go into a Super Sigma from your deck and play it on top. But in this build, I'm not running the Super Sigma. However, the auto, when you play this card, of course, if your leader is dr.myuu, you can add a Nat. So it goes up in a whole loop to search out each other. And it's pretty good. They're all maxed out in 4s because we're going to use them for this bad boy. Hidden ability, General Rildo. General Rildo has a Union Absorb in which you can choose one of each Nezi, Nat, Bizu, and Ribbit from the drop area and place it under him. And you can go into a General Rildo with an energy cost of 5 and you play it on top of him. It's pretty good. This is also one of the targets, but you don't really need to have him as one of the targets depending on how late the game is, but this is one of those early plays. General Rildo, leader of Planet M2. This is one of the new cards in the anniversary box. It has an activate main for 1 red. You choose 1 Nat, Bizu, and Ribbit from your hand or battle area, and you place it into the drop area. And you can play this card from your hand. So if you're going first, you have the 3 pieces and this in your hand. Play 1 blue, tap the blue, and you bring out a 25k beater on turn 1. And he has an auto. When you play this card, if the leader is a machine mutant, you can choose a Planet M2 from your deck. You basically play a Planet M2 from your deck, which is pretty good. And then, of course, we still run this General Rildo because it's still a good card to run. General Evolve, Hyper Metal Ritlo. When you play this card, choose all opponents' battle cards. They lose minus 10k power for the duration of the turn. And then when the card attacks, you choose one with a 10k power or less and KO it. It's pretty good. So when it comes to play, he minuses everything, giving him a good potential of knocking out whatever threat is on board. Of course, barrier is a thing, but who cares? Have fun. To round it off with the battle cards, of course, you can't run a red deck without your super combos. Handy Giru because you pretty much can search it out with dr.myuu because it's a machine mutant. However, if you guys want to use other cards like the Bulmas or even Master Roshi's, if you can gather cards in your drop area quick, by all means. But I think this is much better. Either this because it can be searched, but if you guys want, you can use either the Goten BRs or your Bulmas super combos. For the extra, we got 4. Is that all you got? Basically, is a negate attack. If your leader's red, you drop a card from your hand, and you can minus 15k to 2 battle card, up to 2 battle cards. So it's pretty good because you're pretty much minusing. And yes, we cannot run a red deck without the good old after image technique. One of the best self-awakening cards that we have. Your leader card is red. It basically, you activate it on the attack. It does not negate. A lot of people do forget that this card does not negate the attack. All it does is change stats on battle cards. When you play this card, if your leader is red, choose up to one of your leaders. It gains a plus 40k for that battle, and you can give a battle card on the opponent's side minus 10k for the duration of the turn. A lot of people think that it's a negate. It's not a negate. It just gives a plus 40 to that battle. So it's either you over combo it or just say F it. And the Sparking 5, if you have 5 minimum in your drop area, you could take a life to pay for the energy cost. The newest addition, of course, besides the Generaldo, Mutant Genesis. Sorry about the shaking, guys. Mutant Genesis. It has an activate. Wow, I'm knocking everything down. Sorry, guys. I have a tripod, so I'm kind of getting used to the whole recording off the tripod. My apologies. Anyway, going back. If your leader is a dr.myuu card, it gets a plus 15 for the duration of the battle, and then you could choose to play up to 1 machine mutant from your hand with energy cost of 2 or less. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good on the top of that. I like the fact that it has the choice also to bring out a card to the board. That way you could also use one of the pieces, search for another. And last but not least, 2 Planet M2s. Unless you're focusing it with the form perfected, which is this guy right here, you only need to run 2. It's not that crazy. So, you pretty much you activate it. If your leader is a dr.myuu, you draw a card upon activating it. And then, of course, it has the activate battle you can get on. If it's your turn, you can give a minus 5k to either an opponent's battle card or leader. For cards that you can consider, it's not really like a side deck, but it's enough. It's 15 exact for a side deck. If you guys want, you have the choice to add the form perfected and 2 extra Planet M2, so you can take advantage of the draw power that it has. 4 Cabba's Awakening. It's kind of like a Sensu Bean for that battle for free. You give a red card plus 6 for that battle. And for shoots and giggles, 4 Vow Revenge. As long as if your leader's a machine mutant, you can choose 1 battle card and give it minus 15. Like, it's 15 exact to be a side deck, although it's not really a side deck, but this is more like considerations that you can actually add if you want to like mess around with it for a little bit. But other than that, thank you guys for watching. And I know we were like kind of like on a small hiatus, but we're all dealing with personal things in our lives. Not so serious on the most part for everyone else. But of course, we were just trying to get ourselves back on track. Think of it as we took a vacation from YouTube. because even that stressed some of us out in a way. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys haven't joined us yet on Facebook, please do so. It is absolutely free to join. All you gotta do is ask to join, and you are in. You are in the Decksmith Roundtables, where you can all share your ideas, your opinions, and thoughts. And I'll tell you this much: we are not a group that complains like crybabies in a certain group. Sorry, I had to stop myself there for a sec, but you know what I mean. I'm going to be bringing up soon a pick your leader deck profile that will be coming up exclusively to the Facebook page. And of course, for YouTube, I'm also taking some requests on deck profiles on what to build. And last but not least, of course, I'm going to be profiling next a Universe 11 Jiren deck. For the sake of YouTube, I'm going to be airing the dr.myuu will be airing on Facebook in probably a couple of weeks after, as well as for the next deck profile that I will show you guys, which is Universe 11 Jiren. So, with that said and done, thank you guys for watching. Migz of the Decksmiths signing out. Peace out, guys.